We were actually in Vegas when Dusty got the call that Cody was on the way. So I've been there from the very start. I was partying with Dusty in Las Vegas when he got the call. And believe me, he dropped everything and caught the next flight out and had everything else shipped to him because he literally left everything and went to the hotel and went to the airport.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here from Sportskeeda Wrestling. I am here in person. I've interviewed her before. We've never met in person. First time. She's as beautiful as she is in person as she is on the screen. She is none other than legendary Baby Doll. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for catching me on the way by. I appreciate that.
Fantastic. It's interesting because she put my shoes over as she was watching.
Red patent leather. They are pimp.
Yes.
Pimp
As a matter of fact.
Y.
Yes, pimp, red patent leather. Here are my shoes.
And they're Jordans.
Yes, and they're Jordans. A lot of people who follow me on Sportskeeda Wrestling know that I love collecting Jordans, and I like when people like Baby Doll put them over. That's fantastic. So
I'm old school. I know what Jordans are about.
Absolutely.
Premier. There was Larry Bird, and then there was Michael Jordan. So yeah.
That's right. You think that is Michael Jordan the greatest of all time, or is there someone else?
Oh, see, I have to be Larry Bird because he was like the original gangster. He talks shit and then would do it to you, and they'll go, ha, ha, ha. Did you see that? Because I'm going to do it again. I mean, that's old school. I was like in junior high, and that was Dusty's player. So, I mean, you got Larry Bird, and then, yes, there's Michael Jordan, but there's Larry Bird, so.
Speaking of Dusty, we got his son, Cody Rhodes, in the WrestleMania main event against Roman Reigns. Did you see little Cody? Did you see him during WCW days walking around the locker room?
Back in the day, we got a couple of trips to go to Vegas. We were either in Los Angeles or somewhere where we could take the flight in and go to Vegas and spend a day or two. We were actually in Vegas when Dusty got the call that Cody was on the way. So I've been there from the very start. I was partying with Dusty in Las Vegas when he got the call. And believe me, he dropped everything and caught the next flight out and had everything else shipped to him because he literally left everything and went to the hotel and went to the airport.
Oh, well, that's
Didn't even
fantastic.
go to the hotel, just went to the airport.
So she's literally been there since day one. That's amazing. So was he like just walking around in the locker room during the old NWA days, or like what was baby Cody and growing up to see Cody?
I was gone during that time. No, we did go to some of Dustin's high school football games. Sam and I did. But Cody was like an infant, so I didn't really see him. I mean, he was born, so he just kind of stayed. I saw him like at the very first, but then that was it because he was protected. So, and now to see him now, we saw him like when he was Stardust, and Samantha actually did a couple of spots for WWE when they had the Fandango and everybody went dressed as like party kids. She did that a couple of times for him. So I saw him like at the shows during Stardust and I've seen him evolve, so it's so cool. Yeah,
it's wonderful.
And it's an extension of Dusty, and it's just magical. It is, and the passion. I feel it, man. Yeah, I feel it.
It's that Rhodes passion. You can. It's intangible. It's indelible.
I love his mom. See, I know Michelle better than I know Cody because I knew Michelle from the day, and then I know Michelle from when she's doing some funding for In the Name of Dusty and with Teal and everything. So I know and. Just the love that Cody has for his mom is just, and to have them all on front row, I know that's special for everyone.
Absolutely. So it's a change of guard going on with WWE with all the Cody Rhodes at the helm now, and it definitely seems as if there's a shift going on in WWE. A lot of that has to do with just how the allegations of Vince McMahon. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, everything changes, and sometimes it's for the good, and sometimes it's for the bad. Now, it's wrestling, and there's just things happen, and I'm not going to excuse it for anything or anybody. I really don't know that much of the facts. I've kind of just, because I know, and it's just like, it's wrestling, and sometimes you just kind of brush it off and keep going. Now, Ashley Massaro is totally different because she had allegations. NCIS investigated the whole thing. I think hers is a totally different thing. And we don't know. We just see allegations by one side. I don't think that we've had defense on anything. So I'm open. I kind of want to see what else is going to happen.
How was it working as a female in pro wrestling period in the 80s?
It I was blessed because I had the respect of everyone. I was also the only girl, and they kind of knew my boundaries. Plus, I also had the reputation that I'd probably beat the crap out of somebody if they were out of line. And then I found out from a long time it's better to be one of the few than one of the many. And the more times I was like the only one or really special was even better because there were always girls and they were always lined up. And yeah, Tully had 2 and 3 girls a day sometimes, and Flair was horrible. And why would I want to be part of that? So just to have myself by myself and check in under different names, it was kind of a game. So it was kind of fun. It was like, ha ha ha, you don't get none.
Sting was had his final match recently. What's your favorite Sting memory that you've had?
Gosh. See, I was right there when he very first started, and then he started world class like right after I did with Warrior. So I was going to say Ultimate Warrior. That's how old school it is, Ultimate Warrior. So and they were Blade and Blade Runner. Yeah, so way back in the day. Sting's always just been so charismatic, but he's a good guy. He's one of the few really good guys out there. And I don't think I've ever heard, everybody's got a good Sting story. I've never heard of a bad Sting story. And everybody goes, oh, that shit Sting. No, everybody has a great match with him. Everybody loves him. And that's a really good reputation to have. And my deal was I was like sewing for a bunch of the guys at one time, and I wanted to see if I could make tights for him. But he was so loyal to the girl that made tights for him. I mean, I could get material for him, but I wasn't going to sew for him. He says, you can get me material, but you can't sew for me, because his allegiance were to someone else. And I thought back in the day, that's really saying something. So it was pretty cool. I mean, you never hear of a bad Sting story. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this lovely lady right here is Baby Doll. I'm Dr. Chris. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling.